Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a very long while, and it has been a very long season. I know it definitely was for me, but this is not about me. We are here watching Killerbat and Epstein for tonight's final week of the fourth season of the Backyard Baseball Online League. It has been quite the season. Let me just go ahead and run down these league standings. That way everyone's all caught up to speed here. Don't worry, I'm just working up a background for this thing real quick. That way you're just not just seeing our logo. I know that can be a little bit, what the heck's that doing there? Okay, here we go. That's more like it. Let's transition. There we go. Now you can see the game. That's perfect. So let's go ahead and run down these standings real quick. We have... You just pull them out right here. Really? Whoop. Almost. There we go. There we go. Hopefully, you should be able to see that. There we go. See if I can... Yep. That looks good. So, you can see basically the playoff spots have been settled on the Backyard Division side of things. We got HC III leading the pack 13-1. Matitude right behind them 12-2. Both very big names in the BBOL. Very expected, very deserving, of course. And we got the typical suspects like Loba, Nate, Schwilly, Personizzle. The people who are going to be playing for a place in the Gauntlet are Lil Waz, Trigga, and Jibbo. Meanwhile, DH is going back to the Junior League. Then in the front yard, this is where things get a little bit tricky here. Killerbat is 8-5. If he wins this game, he's basically in the playoffs. If he's not, then Hines is in the playoffs. Perhaps, maybe. We'll figure that out when we get to it. Also, Orlando Stars haven't played their game yet, I don't think. But as for everyone who has definitely made the playoffs, it's Freak Show, Epstein, Visery, JY, and Orlando Stars. Killerbat and Hines. Really, I think it's this game right here that'll determine which one of those two is going to be in the playoffs. What else do we have here? We also got, for Gauntlet playing, it is JTS, Ricky, and myself. Maria Lunafan will be going to the Junior League next season. And then everyone who's in the Gauntlet is going to try and either stay in the... Going to try and keep their spot in the Senior League, or... The Senior League? Excuse me? The Humongous League. or face relegation along with DH and Marina Lunafan. But it looks like this game is about to get started. Let me go ahead and... I need to bring you back up for roster purposes. Let's go ahead and take a look at these lineups. First off, Killerbat. We have Henri Deschênes, Sally Dobbs, Rachel Labuena, Hillary Vargas, George Coleman, Molly May, Terry Vega, Olive Hussein, and Jack Joseph. It looks like George Coleman will be taking the mound for these Orioles. The famed last year's world champion Orioles, the year before's runner-ups Orioles. Then we got Epstein. Let me pull up Epstein. That's the very last one in this thing here. But Epstein's got Marilyn McDonald, Sarah Maxwell, Alicia Blakely, Amanda Hellerman, Tony Delvecchio, Carlos Beltran, Raquel Cullen, Chad Koppel, however you want to pronounce that, and Reese Worthington. And we'll find out who is pitching. It looks like Amanda Hellerman. Well, Amanda Hellerman's on the team. Of course she's pitching. Why? I was about to say, who's pitching? I can tell you who's leading off, though. That's Carlos Beltran. And we are underway here at Parks Department Field number 2 for this final game of the season. It's almost like tradition. I always end up getting the final game of the year. But Coleman with a slow ball fools Beltran for strike 1. Another slow ball. This one's a little bit high. That is very high, actually. 1-1. In the inside corner, Beltran's going to swing and foul that one back. That's a low slow ball. Coleman absolutely loving that slow ball. A swing and a miss. Strike 3. Beltran is a victim to the slow balls. And we are 1 away here in the top of the first. Marilyn McDonald is going to try and do something about that. See if he can handle any of George's slow balls. Swing and a liner over to Hillary Vargas, who snags it for out number 2. Good defensive play. Good heads-up play from Miss Vargas. Now we got Alicia Blakely. Another slow ball. Looks like the slow ball is going to be a theme here for these Orioles. Going to try and fool Epstein with a high slow ball, but it's impossible. Here comes the inside slow ball. That one barely gets to strike zone. 1-2. Blakely has 2 RBIs this year and 17 hits. Batting .405 for the year. Ball 3. This is a full count with 2 outs. Coleman with the payoff slow ball. Here it comes. Strike 3 called. Oof, what a pitch by George Coleman. That is going to end things here for the Twins in the top of the first as a 1-2-3 inning is recorded thanks to George Coleman and his slow balls. So the Orioles are up in the bottom half of the first inning. There's Hellerman, of course, on the mound. And here comes Henri Deschênes to lead things off for Killerbat and the Orioles. Deschênes has 15 hits, 9 of them singles, 4 of them doubles, and 2 of them home runs. He's stolen a couple of bases as well. That is inside for strike 2. The batting may be different in this game, but the pitching has not, so Hellerman's hooks are as effective as usual. Henri unfortunately grounds it right to the first baseman, so even with his elite speed, he cannot make it to first base in time. That is out number 1. Now Sally Dobbs comes up. Dobbs has a home run of her own, 21 hits, the most on the team. Looking at ball 1, and an average of 500 flat. 14 singles, 6 doubles, and 1 home run. 9 RBIs, more than Henri. There's a ground ball to Hellerman, who just floats it over to first base for out number 2. Not too much action here in the first inning. However, Rachel Labuena Can change that with one swing of the bat, knowing how Rachel is. She can take Hellerman yard. But Hellerman has to make a very rare misstep. That's a ball. A fastball. 3-1. Too high for LaBuena's liking. LaBuena ahead of the count. That one also looks a little too high, and LaBuena is going to go to first base. And that is the first player let on base this game. We've got Molly May now. May has 20 hits, 13 singles, 5 doubles. And that is a shot into center field. Going back, it looks like the third baseman and the left fielder both have it. Oh, it's a little bit of a bobble out there. But eventually, what I think is definitely not Blakely, so Maxwell out there makes the catch for out number 3. So a good attempt by Molly May, but unfortunately, both the Twins and Orioles come up short in the first inning. But don't worry, folks, because here comes the one, the only, Tony Delvecchio. That one's a deep fly ball. Joseph is there to make the catch, out number 1. Easy play in left field. Sarah Maxwell has 12 hits this year for the Twins. 10 of them singles, one of them a double, and the other a triple. 3 RBIs, batting .343. Coleman's pitching stats, if you want to know that. 18 strikeouts, 20 runs allowed, for a grand total ERA of 4.14. And I know that doesn't sound too impressive, but in the online league, honestly, anything can happen. That is a liner straight to Sally Dobbs, who drops it, but she drops it right on top of first base, out number 2. Raquel Colon. Raquel has 20 hits, 4 of them doubles, 1 of them a triple, 1 of them a home run. .29 total bases for Miss Cullen, the second most behind Marilyn McDowell. Strike 1 is a 2-1 count on Cullen. Coleman has walked 8 people this season. Strike 2, fooled him with that high slow ball. Now he's really trying to fool her with that hook, but the hook is just way too obviously outside. Again, we're looking at a 3-2 count with 2 outs. That one's going to center field. Hillary Vargas is going to run. Make the dive and catch. What a play by Hillary Vargas, who's had a pretty stellar first 2 innings here for the Orioles. Good defensive outing. Now Terry Vega will lead things off here for the Orioles in the bottom half of the second. Vega leads the team in home runs with 5. Strike 1. I can assure you it was probably not the case for a while, because Killerbat had Zena Fromm on our team. That's a towering fly ball. It looks like Raquel is going to be right under it for out number 1. Very, very, very high pop-up. I got Hillary Vargas, excuse me. You know those exotic chocolate bars? I say exotic, but like fancy. The ones that aren't Hershey's that you find at the grocery store. And you're like, that's not Hershey's, so it's going to taste bad. I think this one I'm having right now is pretty good. I forgot the name of the brand because I tore up the wrapper. But this one has blueberries in it. It's really good. 3-1 to Hillary Vargas. Gonna slap that one into center field. That's very well hit. Maxwell running. She's gonna make the catch for out number 2. Good defensive outing by both teams here. Olive Hussein. That's a ball. Hussein has a home run of her own, albeit having 49 power stats. She also has 5 RBIs and 5 doubles with a .432 average. So don't say Killerbat has lost it, because he still definitely has those killer bats that we all know and love. Olive Hussein's going to run this one out. No, she will not. That is out number 3. Close, though. A good effort. And still, there have been no hits for either team yet. Amanda Hellerman, who has 61 power and could technically hit a home run, and she has not. But she has had a double, albeit only 6 hits all season. So Coleman can breathe a sigh of relief here. This shouldn't be too difficult of a pitch here. Inside, ball 1. Inside again. Ooh, yeah, it fooled him really good. Hellerman strikes out. That's Coleman's 3rd strikeout of the game. If you're wondering what his high is, I'm going to look that up right now. It's 9. Coleman has struck out. Excuse me, it's not 9. I was looking at Randy Johnson. Coleman is a person acquired halfway through the league. Randy Johnson had 9 strikeouts in game 1. Coleman, on the other hand, watch as a chat couple pops this one up. Molly May is right under it. Out number 2. Copel, on the other hand, 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 5. He's had 5 at most. Hellerman, on the other hand, 6. I see 6. Oh, she's had 9 as well. Ooh, 11 in game 12 when the Twins played JTS for a 1-0 victory. Worthington now. So don't say it's not a pitcher's duel, because George Coleman is a pretty good pitcher. He has put out a pretty good outing this game thus far. Worthington. Vargas again. Oh, off the back of her head, and that is the first hit of the day for either team, and it's Reese Worthington who gets it. That is Reese's 6th hit this season. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Coleman going to keep on using those slow balls. If I'm not mistaken, I think Coleman is a Kawaguchi clone. That's why he's got all the slow balls. Oh boy, we got a little bit of an issue here. We got a little bit of a rundown. Epstein was 100% expecting... Oh my goodness, what is happening? What is happening? I think Epstein is trying to use a little bit of base running trickery, and he has succeeded, as Worthington is at 3rd and Beltran is at 2nd. It was not gonna be long before one of those kids was gonna get distracted and drop the ball, and that is exactly what happened. As Molly May, I think that's who it is back there. Yep. Just kind of was just like, oh, it's a beautiful day, and dropped the ball, allowing Beltran and Worthington to get into scoring position. Woof. An unfortunate break. All right, that is 1 and 2. And look who's up. Marilyn McDonald. 3 home runs for these Twins. This is unfortunately going to be a pop-up. Easy play. Terry Vega makes the catch, and the Orioles get out of a jam. So no score yet, but 2 hits finally. And the Orioles unfortunately dropped the ball 3 times. But don't worry. It's Killerbat. He's got some killer bats. I said as Jack Joseph comes up to bat, but don't worry. He's got a little bit of speed on him too. Joseph has 11 hits, 9 of them singles, 2 of them doubles. He's going to... Oh, no. He's not going to be able to beat out Tony Delvecchio's arm. I'm sorry. 1 away. We're back to... No, we're here to Coleman now. Coleman has 6 hits, 5 of them singles, and 1 of them a double. That's low. Ball 1. 1-1. Hellerman has not struck out any one of the Orioles yet, which is definitely good for Killerbat because Killerbat is known for his killer bats, and therefore, well, okay, I shouldn't say he doesn't strike out because he struck out 50 times this year. It looks like Coleman's gonna make it. They had a little bit of a miscommunication over there. It's like, oh no, you go over there. No, I'll tag. No, I'll throw the ball to you. And Coleman is safe at first for Henri Deschênes. One of, if not the best player in the game. I believe Julie Dunkel's male counterpart. That's a high, ball 3. I think Epstein might be dancing around Deschênes. Is he going to throw a strike? I think KB is like, hey, throw me some goddarn strikes. Because he's swinging immediately. Like, I ain't walking here. Ooh, that's strike 2. Good pitch from Hellerman. That high hook will always be deceptive. Shane with a weak hit over to... Ooh, good play by the first baseman, Alicia Blakely. Good snag there. Coleman's able to make it to first base, so no double play. Sally Dobbs. I wish I could give you the stats for runners in scoring position, but alas, I cannot. We are not that advanced yet with our stat keeping. We're just trying to get the bare bones stuff here. I can tell you that Sally Dobbs has 9 RBIs and a 500 average and a 714 slugging percentage. But unfortunately, she has struck out. Hellerman's first strikeout of the day. Sally Dobbs shrugs it off as a good sportswomanship. Sportsmanship? Yeah. Coleman's back on the mound. Blakely's up this time. Blakely, although she's the, if I'm not mistaken, she's the Mo Vaughn clone, does not have a single home run this year, but she does have 2 RBIs. Epstein did not trade for anyone this season. All 9 players have played all 13, now 14 games. Blakely struck out her first time up. 1 of 3 strikeouts for Coleman. Vargas is going to get this ground ball. She's going to be dramatic about it and dive right on top of it, but she still makes the play for out number 1. Now Delvecchio. And Vex had a home run this year. 1 home run, 6 RBI. Although he has a 282 batting average. That's a sharp line drive. Is Vargas going to get that one? She's also going to dive for that one. Oh, barely gets Delvecchio. I thought Delvecchio had it there. But what a play by Hillary Vargas. My goodness. This is some defensive web gems all over the place today. Maxwell honestly should have swung at that one, but she watches strike 1. As the slow ball strikes again. Strike 2. Epstein in trouble. Epstein is the name of the player. I must specify. I must specify that the person... Ooh, Terry Vega, unfortunately, was unable to locate the ball on the ground. And therefore, I have already forgotten who was batting. I'm terrible. Sarah Maxwell, I think. Ball 1. Yeah, probably, that's probably a good move. If I were on the board, I'd probably say, yeah, that's probably best. That is ball 3, 3-1. Raquel Collin. If we're looking at her stats here, as Killerbat makes a defensive change, Henri Deschain's going to pitch now. Cullen has 65% power, 84% contact, and that's going to be a walk. Maxwell on second, Raquel Cullen on first. Cullen's not too fast. Maxwell does have a little bit of speed. Hellerman's at the plate. Now, if you're talking to Rajas, he'll tell you that Hellerman, since she is a Randy Johnson clone, that thereby makes her a power hitter. Of course, I don't know who here would agree with that. I certainly wouldn't, as 61 is barely making it past the infield. But with some of the things I've seen in this game, that's a line drive. Coleman's going to pick that one up. The bases are loaded. Maxwell's going to go home. She's going to make it easily. It is 1-0. Twins over the Orioles. So Hellerman with the RBI single. That is her second RBI this season. Chad Koppel looking to extend the Twins lead here in any way possible. Perhaps looking for his own second RBI. He grounds this one. Is that going to go past Vega? No, it is not. Easy throw to second. Out number 3. But the Twins strike first in the top of the 4th. But we got some heavy hitters in the bottom half of the inning for the Orioles. But of course, they got to go up against the best pitcher in the game, Amanda Hellerman. If you remember, if veteran BBOL, veteran Backyard Sports Center players will remember, Amanda Hellerman is literally the reason why Hunt Stunt won the Season 2 World Championship against Killerbat. So Killerbat probably has done his homework with all these types of pitches. As ball 2, 2-2. Rachel Labuena, a batting powerhouse. That's slow, but called strike 3. Those slow fastballs will get you, and they will get you good. You know, I acknowledge chat every once in a while. Everyone say hello to Trigatriz, who's in the chat. Molly May now. Hit a pretty deep ball earlier, but unfortunately Maxwell was there to make the catch. Hellerman has 2 strikeouts now. Back to her striking out self. That's another strike. Molly May, in what we in the business, or at least Mike Madness, calls a Chuck Woolery count, 2-2. Fouled backwards and to the right. Hellerman swinging the ground ball. Doesn't look like it doesn't look like KB is in the striking out mood, but that's going to be a little ground out to the pitcher or the catcher. I forget which one. Now we got Terry Vega. Vega's got a bat of his own. Probably would have been, if he was in a closed stance, I think he would have gotten a hold of that one. That's a ball. That's pretty high. Vega's got 88 power, 23 contact, however, so if he can get the ball to go forward, he can send it a ways. That's low. Ball 2. Again, we got a 2-2 count with 2 outs. And Hellerman has 2 strikeouts. That's a fly ball by Vega. Caught Who's out there in left field? I'm going to say McDowell. Yep, McDonald's definitely out there in left. Deshane remains on the mound for the Orioles, at least right now. Worthington got the ball rolling for the Twins earlier today with his, what was that, 6th hit of the season? Yes, it was. Oh yeah, Twins have a fantastic outfield. Ball 1. Deshane. High fastball. Worthington's going to ground that one over to Vega. Easy play. Out number 1. Beltran. It's going to hit in the left side. The left-hand side this time. Well, I guess technically it's the right-hand side, but he's batting left-hand. Whatever. Freaking directions are weird. Strike 1. You want to know how good of a pitcher Deshane is. Deshane has a perfect slow ball, a 61 heat, and a 75 left hook. And there's that heat we're talking about. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets Beltran to chase that one. That is the second time Carlos Beltran has struck out today. Deshane's first strikeout. Now there's Marilyn McDonald. He's not been able to make any noise for these Twins, despite being the Derek Jeter clone and possibly the best player on the team, if you don't count Hellerman, which honestly I do. Grounder. Molly May gets past Molly May, and it's just gonna end up in the very back of the infield, and McDonald has her first hit of the day. Now we got Alicia Blakely, and Blakely's got a bat. Blakely has got a bat. Therefore, she should be able to rock this one into the seats. Well, if we rock it into the seats, then it's going backwards foul. And it looks like we have ourselves a frozen game. This is unfortunate. So for those of you guys keeping score, it is the top of the first, 1-0. Top of the 5th, 1-0 Twins. If all the games were settled and all the playoff spots were chosen, I think they would just be like, okay, let's call it here. Good season, y'all. But Killerbat has not punched his ticket into the playoffs yet. This game is important. It just might be the last important game of the year. So we got to figure something out here. All right, let's see behind the scenes. We'll take it behind the scenes here real quick as we take a pause for station identification here on the Backyard Sports Center. This is very unfortunate. With stakes this high. But hopefully we will have... I'm sure hopefully we will have a solution here real quick. Give me a second while... Exit full screen. Let's see. Well, let's go ahead and recap what's going on here in the Humongous League real quick. Freak Show, Epstein, already in. In fact, Epstein has a first round bye, and he will solidify that should he get the dub here. If he loses, I don't know what his records were against Visery and JY, but one of those guys might end up... Heck, Orlando hasn't played his game yet. So, like, if I'm not mistaken, I think he plays Freak. Doesn't he? No, Freak Show already won. Freak Show already beat Maria Lunafan this week. No, they do play. Okay, they just haven't played their game. Freak Show versus Orlando. Okay, yeah, that game still needs to be played. Yeah, that makes sense. So, like, this game and that game are the most important games right now. Let's go ahead and catch up with chat here. How y'all doing this St. Patrick's Day Eve? Although, really, St. Patrick's Day, whenever you become an adult, it really loses its flavor. It just becomes another day in March. Especially if it's not a weekday where, if you're an elementary school teacher, you can really ham it up with, hey guys, let's dress green and let's have green candy or green drinks, or like McDonald's smoothies. Not McDonald's smoothies, the freaking Shamrock Shake. That's gonna go away here pretty soon. I should probably get my last. They have a freaking Shamrock Oreo Flurry now. That is so freaking good. I love that stuff. I freaking adore that stuff. I already love Oreo McFlurries, but you had the Shamrock stuff? Oh. Dude, I cannot wait until next March. Ugh. Let's go ahead and go to the sports desk to see what's happening in the Backyard Football Online League right now. As of right now, the leader is Say Stave. Who, if you remember Say Stave, I believe they were the last champion. Let me go on... Oh, KB's back. KB is back, ready in action. Okay, we're back. We'll put the Backyard Football update in hold. Don't worry. We're back. We're back, guys. We're back. See? Thank you for being patient. That's my least favorite thing, is like, because improvising is not my biggest skill set. Should be back, right? Should be able to see Reese Worthington on stream. Does everyone see Reese Worthington here? Well, it should be. All right. Well, if you can't see him, we got a slow ball. Worthington. Okay, I think they're going for a these guys were out and these guys were on base type deal. Reese throwing slow balls. Worthington's gonna ground. Yep, I can see Worthington. Yep, we're good. So Worthington's gonna get out. Beltran, I know Beltran's gonna get out because he struck out. Here's a slow ball. That one's gonna be a bunt. Shane's gonna pick that up, throw to first for the out. So Maxwell has to be on base, right? No, McDonald has to be on base. For those of you just joining us, McDonald's got to get on base, so he's going to dance around here and then pick up the ball. I think we are back in business now. Okay. Alicia Blakely. The score is 1-0 Twins. It is the top of the 5th. Ball 1. One on the count to Blakely. Blakely flies this one deep. La Buena. Will she make the catch? No, it goes by! It goes by her. She tries to get under it, but she misses it as the ball goes into the sidewalk on the other side. And we got runners in scoring positions for Tony Del Vecchio with 2 outs here. Let's see if Vecchio can add on to his RBI count. A very unfortunate bounce. La Buena, Column, not really known for their defense. The ground rule double definitely saved some runs for Coleman and the Orioles. Vec can hit the ball pretty far, and especially with this being Parks Department number 2, he has a good chance at a home run. With left and right field being much, much closer than they should be. Swing fouled back. Of course, Coleman doesn't have any of those power-ups that he had earlier. That's a little 2 inside, ball 1. That's a liner. That goes into the gap. That should be a base hit. That should be another run for the Twins. It's 2-0. So the Orioles suffering big time from this disconnect. Maxwell's going to swing and miss at a very low slow ball. I'll do another low slow ball. See if Maxwell has learned from her mistake the first pitch. It is now 1-1. 2 on, 2 out, 2-0 Twins. We are in the top of the 5th. Vega. It goes past Vega. Hussein throws it to second in time. Delvecchio is not quite fast, but now it is 2-0. Twins over the Orioles. We got Vargas, Hussein, and Joseph coming up. The Orioles have definitely been one for the bat, not one for the glove. The Twins have definitely been one for the glove. Ball 2. Vargas, good eye. Vargas actually has been having a fantastic day defensively today. And Vargas has a good bat as well. Out of all the players, even after the trades, that one's fouled back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 9 players have a power stat of over 80. However, Vargas is going to bloop this one to the catcher for out number 1. And Olive Hussein is coming up. Hussein and Joseph are both coming up to the plate. They're a little fast. Hussein, Joseph, and Coleman all have 6 running speed. So quick, not necessarily fast, but definitely quick. So if they get it into a gap of some sort, they might be able, and I say might be able, to get on base. But that would require a lot of luck because the Twins defense has been absolutely killing it today. Inside ball 3. 3-2 to Hussein. Salomon he's got to throw a strike. Hussein's going to hit this one a line drive over Delvecchio's head. That's going to be, thrown over Reese Worthington's head. Is that going to go out of play? Yes, it will. Olaf Hussein is going to stay at second base. So with 1 out now, the Orioles have runners in scoring position. And McDonald is too good of a player for Reese Worthington. Unfortunate. Jack Joseph pops this one up. Beltran. Ooh, what a great backwards diving catch by Carlos Beltran. Oh, dear. All right, we're all good now. We're all good. George Coleman is back. 2 outs. Runner on second. Woo! That was a weird catch by Carlos Beltran, the shortstop. Regardless, good play. That's a pop-up. Hellerman, who's going to get it? Hellerman, perhaps? Yes. 3 outs. And now all Killerbat's got to do is play some defense. He's got the top of the lineup to look forward to in the bottom half of the 6th. But he's got to get through Who's he got to get through? Raquel Cullen is up. Is this the bottom half of the inning? Bottom half of the order, at least? No, line drives down the right field line. La Buena's going to pick that one up. That is an easy base hit for the Twins. Hellerman now, who got the RBI that put the Twins ahead in the first place. A grounder. That might be foul. That is going to be foul. No, it isn't going to be foul. That's out number one to throw to second. Out number two, double play! A reverse double play for the Orioles. And a breath of relief comes over the Orioles team, as they are 1 out away from getting to hold their killer bats one last time this regular season. And here it comes. The lineup coming up for these guys: Henri Deschênes, Sally Dobbs, Rachel La Buena. So Killerbat is in must-win mode. Deschênes. Looking at ball one. 714 average since joining the Orioles halfway through the season. Ball two. Is he looking to whack one with Deschênes? Let's find out. Fouled ball, 2-1. Hellerman's going to keep on pitching. Deschênes going to rip this one into right. A diving Worthington will not be able to make it. Henri Deschênes is quite fast. Is he going to go to third? Yes, he is going to go to third. Worthington is going to be very kind and throw the ball back to Hellerman and not do anything stupid. Deschênes is at third with nobody out. Sally Dobbs is up. Whoo! This is quite the game. NGL. Strike one. High hook. Probably wasn't going to do anything crazy with that, especially with her one contact. That's a ground ball right to Hellerman. Trying to fool them, but they're more important with the easy outs. They're more focused on the easy out, and that's what they're going to do. One away. Rachel La Buena. Killerbat really wanted to use that power swing, even though it's been kind of nerfed this season. La Buena's power is a 98. So I understand. This is just... Oh. I love games like this. Ball two. 2-1. Runner at third. Pop-up. Unfortunate pop-up right into the glove of Hellerman. 2 away. Now we got Molly May. She's got a bat of her own. No, it's a very low hook. Killerbat's like, woo, thank goodness, as he circles the area in which Hellerman was pitching. Runner at third. A ground ball. I think that might be it. Nope, no one's covering first. Hellerman gets the catch, tags first. Ball game over. Epstein takes the W, 2-0. As now the fate of the playoffs in the Front Yard League rests in the hands of Orlando Stars and Freak Show. Final score 2-0. Definitely the player of the game is the Twins defense in general. I am so sorry. This Sweetwater Taffy is just so good. But still a great game, especially near the end there. Woo! This end of the season exciting stuff is just beautiful. Just fantastic. Freak Show and Orlando Stars have their game to play next. Freak Show, of course, has not lost a game this season. Orlando Stars is in the same boat as Killerbat, JY, and Vis, in which they could either be 8-6 or 9-5. Killerbat is 8-6. Orlando Stars is 8-5. But Hines is also in this boat as well. Don't forget him. Whew. This is quite... Yo, yeah, Epstein has secured that 2 seed with that W, as he is now 10-4 this season. So what a game this really was. This is definitely an important game. Let me see if Orlando and Freak Show have even scheduled a game. Let's find out. The BBOL TV guy has said anything. I don't see anything crazy, but should be fine. Should be fine. Oh no, that's get that out of here. Now you get to see Windows. Yeah, it should be good. So this has definitely been a great stream. This has definitely been a great game. Perhaps we can get let's see if we can get KB for comment here. Killerbat, first off, congratulations on another, I would say, successful regular season. Thoughts now that you have finished season 4? What are your end of season thoughts, if you have any?
Just to, Epstein has really improved, obviously. Hellerman, once again, just dominating me. But no, I've still tried to do my best to have fun this year, even though I drafted all power again.
Seems to be a theme for
obviously you can see. Yeah, I know. It's just kind of all the way I've always played. But it was a good game, a good season. The teams that are built for speed and defense, pitching obviously tonight saw, are the ones that are probably going to go really far. So well done by Epstein and all the other competitors this season. We'll see. I don't know how the playoff shakes out here, but I don't know if that was the end for me or not. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens.
Yeah.
One thing's for certain, I know you're definitely not going to the gauntlet. Like the way I think the math works out, I think you're still safe in the humongous league for next year. But it really seemed to be like the new meta for it really seemed to be like the new meta for this season. It's definitely screwed a lot of people over this year, and it seems like you were definitely no exception.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, what I started off like I don't know, it was like 1-4 or something. So to go 8-2 the rest of the way, I figured it out sort of, but definitely would have drafted differently for sure.
Oh yeah, for certain. Well,
but still had fun. So thank you for commentating.
Of course, yes. Always happy to lend my voice in some way or the other. Yeah. Well, I think really all we're waiting for is the outcome of Orlando and Orlando and Freak Show. Hold on. I'm gonna ask them if I can. Gonna ask if I can commentate that one too. Well, I don't know. Let's get this freaking I hate it when it's when it's a display capture and it gets everything on my display, and now they're it's not fun. Streaming OBS, it's beautiful. Yeah, well, anyway, I'm gonna ask before. Well, no, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. And just, if you want to see the if you want to see how the game turns out, Freak Show and Orlando Stars are going to be playing their game in the live one chat in our Discord server, the online Discord server, which you can join in the bio of our Twitch channel. You can also find our YouTube, our Twitter, our online, and our you can also donate to our PayPal, and you can also support our Patreon, which you can just look up Backyard Sports Center Patreon, and it'll be there. There should be, I think there is a Patreon server tournament. Am I correct in that, KB? I know you're a part of that.
Oh, yeah. So there is going to be, there's going to be a tournament upcoming for the Patreons. Yep. So
absolutely.
be in a week or two. I think they're looking to line that up, so should be fun.
Well, this should be very fun. So I'm hoping like maybe we can get the championship in for that. I don't know. We're still trying to work out the kinks of the backyard sports center here, but hopefully, hopefully that'll be really fun. So yeah, just look up Backyard Sports Center on Patreon. You'll find us eventually. But yeah, that'll do it here for KB and Epstein, and well, Epstein, the player on our team, of course. We gotta specify that. But yeah, for the rest of us here, Backyard Sports Center, thank you for another fantastic regular season. We will see you guys in the postseason for certain. See you then. Have a great rest of your St. Patrick's Day Eve, late everyone.